Hey everyone, it's Chigwen for EpicBattleground.com, and today I will give you good tips to play AD Evelynn, yay! I still play my Kill jungle on the purple side sometimes, as I showed you in my previous video. But Evelynn is so strong right now, I really think I will main her until I get up to Challenger. As you can see, I will get the AD jungler item, the Spirit of the Ancient Lizard. I will go 3-4, and then it will depend, but usually I will go Malmortius and Frozen Heart to have balanced stats. So this was for the build. Now about the gameplay. There are a few very important things you have to know if you really want to stomp every game. At the beginning of the game, you do not want your team to invade, because if you invade, the enemy team will place wards and then you're fucked up. Your goal will be to steal the red buff or the blue buff of your opponent. If he begins at the blue, you will go for his red, and if he begins by his red, you will steal his blue. In the meanwhile, you will ask your team to cover your buff, and more importantly, they must make it look like you are doing it, because you don't want your move to be spotted. So this way, the enemy jungler will lose a lot of time. And then you must tell them that you do not need help. If they come and help you, most of the time they will just reveal your position to the opponents because you are invisible, but they are not. As soon as you are sure your opponents are on their lane, I mean the mid laner is mid and the top laner is top and the bot lane is bot, you can smite. You can use it early, you don't need to last hit the buff with your smite, because if you are sure the enemy jungler is not coming, you don't have to keep it. It's very important to clean the whole monster pack. You don't want to leave the small ones, because this way you have the timer. You know that the red buff or the blue buff will respawn 5 minutes later. And since the enemy jungler just did the opposite buff, the two will respawn at the same time. I mean, his blue and his red will always be available at the same time. And this way, when it's about 7:15, you can steal one of those, because he will be on the other one, and someone you will even be able to steal both again. So you have a huge control over the enemy jungle this way. If you use your smite early on the red, then you had it back for your blue buff, and all you have to do is clean 2 monster packs as I did, and get your other red buff. It's important to manage your smite cooldown, because you want to have it for the 3 big buffs. I mean, if you don't have it, you will lose a lot of hit points on it and you will lose a lot of time. Maybe you will not be able to gank after doing the buff, so it's really important to think about it. And now look at this. Vi could not kill Jax because she did not have her red buff, since you stole it. So now she will just die and also lose her blue. All this happened because you begin your game by counter jungling. You can also notice that I play my AD Evelynn with Ghost and not with Flash, because I want to keep my W as a cleanse. I don't want to use it just as a speed buff, because if I do this, when I get slowed, I cannot cleanse it. Do not forget to keep counter jungling. Since you have the advantage and AD Evelynn is very strong 1 against 1, you can kill almost any jungler once he is far behind. Then, as always, focus the carries during teamfights and the job is done. Do not think that because Evelynn is not played AP as she used to be, she lost in power. Actually, in my opinion, AD Evelynn is even stronger than AP Evelynn late game, because you do not just have DPS, you're also very tanky. So this is how I achieved my 83% win ratio on Evelynn in Season 4. I hope the tips will help you guys do the same. And do not forget to see my other videos about how to climb the ladder if you're interested. Well, see you for the next video.